Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for Noah, which of course is based on Noah's Ark, a biblical tale, if you didn't know. You probably know what it is. It's about Noah, who is a man who gets a vision from God, and God's like, hey, I'm going to destroy the entire world with water. You better protect yourself. And of course, Noah's like, all right, B, and he gets a ark. He builds one, a big ship pretty much, and of course the water comes and he floats because that's what boats do, or arks do that too. So he floats and there you go. Spoilers, by the way, if you didn't know. So this movie is a little different. This is directed by Darren Aronofsky, the guy that did Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream and a few other movies, all really good movies. The Fountain. I love The Fountain. I don't care what anybody says. But anyway, he's directed some amazing films, so I was really looking forward to seeing what he's going to do with Noah's Ark. Me personally, I never read the tale. I never did, but I knew what it was all about. But hey, what did I think of Noah, directed by Darren Aronofsky, starring Russell Crowe as Noah? Let's talk about it. Alright, so the story for Noah is the story of Noah's Ark. Now, again, I never read the original story. I didn't, so I have no idea I have no idea what the actual story is all the way through. I know the basics, which of course is Noah gets a vision, he builds an ark, he gets on the ark with a bunch of animals, he survives, finds land, the end. Happy story. At least that's what I'm pretty sure it's about. It might not even be that, but that's what I've been told it was about. So I went into this film, I was like, okay, I'm going to learn more about this story. And to be honest, I was really blown away what is in this film. It feels like a fantasy film. The story, of course, follows Noah, played by Russell Crowe, along with his family, his wife, played by Jennifer Connelly, and he has a few kids. One's played by Logan Lerman, the other one's played by Douglas Booth, I think his name is, and I don't know who the other kid is, but he's barely in the film, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, he has a family, and of course he gets a vision from God, he makes an ark, he gets a bunch of animals to get on there. Actually, the animals just go on there themselves. And of course, a bunch of evil people want to take the ark from him, and he's just like, no, you can't have the ark. And of course, you know, the ark is fine, blah, 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 it's floating. You know where it's going to go if you know the story of Noah's Ark. If you don't, spoiler, sorry. Sorry, but I'm pretty sure you should know if you're going to go see this film. Now, what I really love about the story is that it starts off very good. I mean, very good. But then it just gets better after that. And about an hour and a half in, there's a big, what could be a climactic battle. I mean, it's huge. These big stone creatures, which are called the Watchers, which are these fallen angels that turn into these big stone creatures. You have to see the film to understand what I'm talking about. But again, my voice is a little raspy because I'm still sick, so I'm sorry for that. But anyway, these big stone creatures, there's a big fight where they have to defend the ark against all these soldiers, including Ray Winstone's character, who is like this big evil dude that really wants the ark. I mean, he's like the king of the little place that the ark is on. So of course he's like, no, I want that ark. I want to survive. So these big stone creatures are like fighting these men, and there's like thousands of men, and these like maybe like 12 stone creatures. It is an epic scene, and it could have ended the movie there, and I would have been happy. But nope, no. There's another like 50 minutes after that film where all you get is character development from the characters. You get to know who they are. Not really. I don't really want to spoil too much, but you get to see reactions and you get to see interactions that are really interesting and very emotional. I really, really love that last 15 minutes. But let me just tell you, the first hour and a half is great. Do not get me wrong. It's really good, especially that last fight, that last action sequence. It's amazing. It really is. And I love that they add a lot of fantasy to the film. It feels like a Lord of the Rings film in a way, but it's also a biblical story, and it doesn't shy away from that story, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, I just love the story in this film. I really do. I love that they mix all the fantasy sequences, some really good action, very well filmed action, just beautiful cinematography. This movie is breathtaking. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm not talking about CG, I'm just talking about the nature shots where you just see mountains and just the scenery. It's beautiful, it's very well filmed, and what I really love is that it just settles down too, to have characters talk and just develop and flesh out their characters, and I love that. And that's when the acting truly shines in this film. The acting is phenomenal from pretty much every single actor here. Russell Crowe, you have not seen him this good in a very long time. He is phenomenal as Noah. He is so good because he plays Noah at first as a very gentle man. He loves his family. He'll do anything for his family, but he will also do anything for God because, of course, God communicates with him. And he loves both, and there's moments where he actually has to struggle what he loves more, his family or God. So there's just so many great moments where he has to do that, and he's amazing in the film. Jennifer Connelly, at first I thought she was a little underused, but then later when they're on the ark, she is used very effectively, and there's actually a scene where she has to break down and start crying, and she sold it so good. I almost broke down, cried too. One tear. I always cry. I cry in every movie. I almost cried in Muppets. So, sorry. So anyway, Emma Watson was also really good in the film. If there was any complaint I had with her, is that she's really good. She does a great job. She's a great actress. But I felt that she's not Noah's daughter. She's the wife of one of his sons. And I felt that she got more screen time and more development, way more than his sons did, which I felt was a little weird considering that it's a movie about Noah and we should get to know his sons more. I don't think we got to know his sons too much. I mean, we got to know a little bit about Logan Lerman's character, who's really good in the film, by the way, but we didn't get to know much about Douglas Booth's character, who's okay in the film. I actually found him to be kind of meh, but we didn't get to know much about the sons. And the other son, knew nothing about him. He was just a little whiny fuck. I didn't know anything about him. By the way, if you're a kid watching this, I'm sorry, I just cursed. But I didn't know who he was. But besides that, I thought the other actors did an amazing job. I thought Ray Winstone was perfect in this. He was an evil douchebag, but a very realistic one. He wasn't just like so maniacal. There's times where he actually makes points that do actually make sense. There's actually some moments where I was just like, I kind of agree with him. I actually kind of do. And I thought he was actually really good in the film. And also Anthony Hopkins comes in very quick to play Noah's grandfather in the film. And I would say he actually stole the scenes he was in. I thought he was really good in the film. I have to end this. I'm losing my voice. But of course, Noah, see, my voice is better now. I took a drink. So now, Noah visually is breathtaking. It is one of the best looking movies I've seen in so long. And I know I say that a lot about films, but this film, I think a lot of people are going to agree with me. This movie looks amazing. There are sequences in this film, like the part at the end with the ark on the water, and there's that big action moment that I mentioned earlier that is just, oh my god, it's just eye candy. And let me just say this, the best special effect in this film isn't the ark on the water. I thought that was amazing, don't get me wrong. But there's just moments with those rock people, the Watchers, that I was just like, wait, hold on. Is that stop motion? Because the way they move look like stop motion. If you see it and you know what stop motion looks like, there's moments where the animation looks like stop motion, and of course they coded it in CG. And if that's the case, bravo. It looked amazing. It looked astonishing. It was so good. It gave the movement of the rock people realism, and it looks so good. And when you get close up to the rock monsters or creatures, and they all have like distinct features, you could tell which one is supposed to be which. Like you could just like, oh, that's the leader, and oh, that's Noah's friend. Like you could tell which one's which, and I love that they gave each design a unique feature. And the CG itself was amazing. The texturing, all that stuff, it looked phenomenal. And everything else was just beautiful. All the animals, the scenes where all the animals are actually going on to the ark, just all those look amazing. It was a breathtaking looking movie. And this movie, they even cost as much as what is that movie called? Evan Almighty, which is another Noah's Ark film. Which that movie sucks, and it looks way better in that movie because that movie looked like crap. Oh boy, and that cost almost $200 million. This cost like $130 million, and this movie blew that movie out of the water. I don't even know why I compared it, to be honest. I shouldn't have done that, but this movie is breathtaking, beautiful, extremely well filmed, extremely well directed because of course Darren Aronofsky knows what he's doing. Superbly acted from the main cast at least, and I thought pretty much everything was phenomenal in this film. The only problem I had was that I don't really have. Alright, it started off a little slow. The first 10 minutes I didn't really care for. That's it. Alright? When you see Noah as a kid and before that, I didn't care for that. That's it. And then when Noah becomes a man, he has his kids and stuff, all that stuff is phenomenal. So I'm gonna give this a 38 out of 40. I loved it. It was so good, and you need to go see it. It's really good. Even if you're not a Christian, person, you gotta go see this film. It's amazing. So anyway, there you go. There's my review for Noah. It's probably a really long one, but again, my voice is all screwed up, so I don't even care. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.